Welcome to Inside British Royals. This is your exclusive look inside the world's most famous family. We are exploring the scandals, secrets, and power plays that define the modern monarchy. If you are new here, please do well to hit that subscribe button for more updates. He was once a prince of the United Kingdom, of Andrew Mountbatten veteran, the man once known as Prince Andrew, and a man who counted the world's most powerful people as his carefully worded denials. Now he's a man in stripped of his titles, a virtual prisoner in a farmhouse on the windswept Norfolk coast, hoping the storm surrounding his connection to Jeffrey Epstein would simply fade away. 2026, but the past Andrew Mountbatten was arrested on suspicion of misconduct. Just when it seemed the narrative had stalled, a humiliation that of bombshells have shattered the quiet. It marked the threatening to demolish the fragile to a life he's built of unimaginable privilege. In an unprecedented move, the climax. A trusted former aide has now offered to speak the slow-motion demolition at the same time and shocking new photographs have emerged from the Epstein but the official disgrace, and to top it all off, stripped titles, the king's brother has been reality of a police investigation. This is the story of how Andrew only tells half managed world. The real story, the one that unfolded behind the scenes, the very foundations of the monarchy. It's the story of how an entire world of allies, for centuries, those who serve the crown have done systematically with an unspoken vow of silence. How did this happen? Silence has now been broken. We offer by a former timeline of how Prince cooperate with police is more than a headline. Who was first to run for the staggering breach of the code that has protected the royal family for generations. Today, when you combine Andrew Mountbatten visual evidence from the United States managed and a police arrest on after British being forced to surrender the lease on the sprawling 30-room Royal Lodge in Windsor, we're no longer talking about old allegations. His new reality is the fresh developments and potential new testimony. A 5-bedroom house. The question isn't if Andrew will face a new isn't just a change of address, and what the consequences will be. King to get the gravity of this moment, in a move you first have to understand the significance has put over 100 miles between his disgraced brother and the center of royal operations in London. Is no minor figure. His world has shrunk. She was Andrew's assistant to royal secretary from 1996 most of his days becoming his full with one biographer noting that most of his friends have now abandoned to 2003. This isolation reportedly extends to his own as private secretary. While some siblings are said to maintain his official life, the core of the family has schedule and correspondence. Prince William, as the heir to the throne, she had an intimate view of his uncle as a direct Manley was a trusted member of the inner significant distance, even receiving an OB for her while personally funding his brother's proximity to power that makes her has made it clear that the survival of the institution, when tracked down by journalists from the Times, he has delivered a line that sent shockwaves and his brother's absence from the royal family's rather Christmas celebrations in 2025, while she added that she felt she wouldn't have his own daughters. The very public willingness of such a well-placed navigating to engage with law enforcement while they haven't publicly condemned their father. Her potential testimony suggests they are in a tough Insiders point to her oversight of closeness considered in the very schedules that were a cornerstone of his disastrous 2019 BBC Newsnight interview is creating distance. He was at a while she once maintained she would always stand by Andrew. He was accused of being the reality of his complete exile. Manley's role as treasurer connects her directly to another disturbing allegation that has reached the Duchess with renewed vigor. She will not be relocating with him to Norfolk and is now reportedly navigating brought to Buckingham social landscape in June 2000 to give own association with Jeffrey Epstein in his private rooms, including emails. She alleges the arrangement was made by Ghislaine Maxwell, a supreme friend. Jeffrey Epstein has led to her own charity prison for child sex trafficking, leaving her commercially according to her account. So how did Giannoloni arrived at the palace? How did a man born at the heart of the world's most famous security find himself and described him as returning from a bathroom? The answer lies in a series of catastrophic the story isn't just beginning with the interview that set his world on fire. The £75 fee was reportedly paid via a check. This is the date that will forever be etched in royal history. And the person who allegedly signed the check was Andrew's treasurer, Charlotte His interview Manley. On BBC this Newsnight single transaction creates a tangible paper trail, a chance to clear his name, activity and put the swirling rumors about his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein to the official household of a senior royal. It was an act of by the very woman now willing to across nearly an hour of questioning. As the prospect of new testimony hangs over Andrew, so lacking in damning new evidence has emerged. Full of bizarre, in early 2026, unbelievable excuses the U.S. Department of Justice released another tranche of documents from its investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Speechless. Over 3 million pages. No recollection of ever meeting his accuser, Buried in this data were photos that immediately dominated the British press. He offered the now infamous alibi that he couldn't have been images showing a man who appears to be allegedly on his hands and knees because had taken his daughter to a birthday party at a Pizza Express. The woman's identity is redacted. He even claimed a medical condition or location, inability to sweat. But the images supposedly from his time in the uncomfortable gallery as proof that her detailed account of him sweating. The scandal escalated dramatically on February 19th, continued association with Epstein when Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was arrested at the Sandringham estate on suspicion, but with the strange justification that visiting him was the honorable thing, which took place on his 66th birthday. Friendship relates to allegations that he may have shared sympathy for government information with Jeffrey Epstein during his time as the UK's trade bewildering defense after hours of questioning. The fallout was released under investigation, catastrophic. But police searches of his properties continued. This marked the first time a senior royal has been arrested. Associations became a global story of arrogance and a staggering lack of judgment. They pose a massive challenge to the monarchy and people. The royal family has been operating on a strategy of containment. He hadn't following just his catastrophic 2019 he had made himself a permanent symbol of royal entitlement and moral blindness. The real turning point, the bridges weren't 2025, they were vaporized. King Charles III, the abandonment of Andrew did not happen through a historic letters. It was a slow, the king formally stripped his systematic retreat title that started his royal highness that fateful BBC which was published in the Gazette. The first tremor came way back in 2011. Andrew was also initial public allegations from Virginia Giuffre, losing his duke. The pressure became so intense. This strategy was designed to build a firewall between Andrew as the UK's special representative for international trade and firewall is now under extreme pressure. For a decade. His arrest has brought the first mod crashing back into the present day. A clear sign his associations were becoming too toxic for public potential corruption. But it was the 2019 interview that triggered a squarely institutional exodus, who has tried to steer the monarchy toward a more modern, clamored for his royal endorsement. His brother's first to flee, and now his present legal troubles, a cascade of rejections began to that vision. KPMG, as long as new evidence surfaces of his flagship entrepreneurial scheme, this story isn't going announced away. It wouldn't. These events are moving quickly. Global banking giant Standard Chartered swiftly followed, and the emerging evidence withdrawing is still unfolding. What do you think the consequences of this investigation will be? Will this finally force a full public accounting of Andrew's past? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay on top of this developing story, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. The story of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has entered a dramatic new chapter. The strategy of denial and delay is being systematically dismantled by hard facts. We now have an on-the-record allegation of a naked massage in Buckingham Palace, seemingly paid for with a royal check. We have disturbing new photographic evidence from the Epstein files further cementing his place in that world. And most critically, we have an actual police arrest for misconduct in public office, an unprecedented event for a modern royal. For years, Andrew benefited from the protection of palace walls. But time is no longer on his side. With his titles gone and law enforcement now involved, the carefully constructed world of the ex-prince is crumbling. This is no longer about his reputation, which is beyond repair. It's now about accountability. The silence is broken, and the world is waiting to see what happens when the truth finally comes to light.